Hello my friends. Hello sir. My name is Jessica Haltisa Srigar. My academic number is 18010300019. Now I want to explain the background of task-based language teaching or Tblt. Task-based language teaching or Tblt, also known as task-based instruction or TBI, focuses on the use of authentic language and on asking students to do meaningful tasks using the target language. For the past 20 years, task-based language teaching or TBLT has attracted the attention of second language acquisition or CLA researchers, curriculum developers, educationalists, teacher trainers, and language teachers worldwide. To a great extent, the introduction of TBLT into the world of language education has been a top-down process. However, much of the research concerning TBLT has been conducted under laboratory conditions or in tightly controlled settings. Furthermore, most of the research has been psycholinguistic in nature, inspired by a desire to elaborate our knowledge of how people acquire a second language. In CLA research, tasks have been widely used as vehicles to elicit language production, interaction, negotiation of meaning, processing of input, and focus on form, all of which are believed to foster second language acquisition. This research is based on task-based learning method in write a simple sentence learning, which has opportunity for being implemented in elementary school writing English lesson. Task-based learning method has advantages in spelling, ordering, differentiating, and producing simple sentence skill. Those advantages are useful for needs of English writing education for 5th grade, which is currently not optimal. Therefore, this method has opportunity to be implemented. Now, I want to explain the history of task-based language teaching or TBLT. Task-based language learning has its origins in communicative language teaching and is a subcategory of it. Educators adopted task-based language learning for a variety of reasons. Some moved to text-based syllabus in an attempt to develop a learner capacity to express meaning, while others want to make language in the classroom truly communicative rather than pursuit communication that result from classroom activities without direct connection to real-life situation. TBLT focuses on the use of authentic language and on asking students to do meaningful tasks using the target language. Such as tasks can include visiting a doctor, conducting an interview, or calling customer service for help. Assessment is primarily based on task outcome, or in other words, the appropriate completion of real-world tasks rather than on accuracy of prescribed language forms. This makes TBLT especially popular for developing target language fluency and students' confidence. As such, TBLT can be considered a branch of communicative language teaching or CLT.
Okay, my name is Trime Damanik and my academic number is 18010300034. And now I will continue the explanation before, and the next explanation is about principle of Tblt. The first one is theory of language. Tblt or task-based language teaching was popularized by N.S. Prabhu. Tblt has its origins in communicative language teaching and is a subcategory of it. Prabhu thought that tasks were a way of typing into the natural mechanism of second language acquisitions and were not concerned with real-life communication. And the next, theory of learning in Tblt. Tblt focuses on the use of authentic language and on asking students to do meaningful using the target language. Such tasks can include visiting a doctor, an interview, or calling customer service for help. And the next is objective in Tblt. The objective in Tblt, the first one is to give the learner the explanation about the interaction with each other, and then to make learners participate in a complete interaction, and then to give learners confidence in language they know. And the next is learners' role in Tblt. The first one is learners is a monitor. Learners is restorer and innovator, and learner is group participant. And then teacher's role. Teacher's roles in the first is teacher is selector of tasks, teachers preparing learners for tasks, and then teacher as monitor in students performing. And then for the language areas and skill, Tblt focus on grammar, vocabulary, and then creative language.
My name is Adinda Puja Antika and my academic number is 1801030003. Activities of text-based language teaching is the first, similar to language exercise, such as provide manipulated practice of restricted set of language items, and then similar to pedagogical tests, such as have element of meaningful communication, and then another activities for the students, such as the first, jigsaw, make tests, and then information, make gap tests. The third is problem solving text, and then decision making text, and then opinion making exchange text, and then reasoning making gap text, and then output making prompting text, and the last input making providing text. Materials of text-based language teaching are books, newspaper, magazine, radio, CD, TV, internet, board, and worksheet. The error handling of text-based language teaching are: the first is there is no error correction unless error interfere with communication, and then focus on form is essential to student learning. The third is error correction is done through recast or modeling and brief grammar explanations. And then Tblt is applicable and suitable for students of all ages and backgrounds. And then students will have a much more varied exposure to language with Tblt. And then the students are free to use whatever vocabulary and grammar they know, rather than just the target language of the lesson. And The seventh is Tblt helps students pay close attention to the relationship between form and meaning. Eight is Tblt allows meaningful communication, and then students will be exposed to a wide range of lexical phrase, collections, and patterns as well as language forms, and then encourage students to be more ambitious in the language by they use. And then the psychological dynamics of the group which work together to complete a text will have a great influence on the success. And then while text-based interaction may fruitfully develop learner authority of what is known, it is significantly less effective for the systematic teaching of new language. And then the text-based interaction is not teacher-centered, and it requires individual and group responsibility and commitment on the part of students. And the last, evaluation of text-based learning can be difficult.
Okay, I'm going to read a next from my friend an evaluation. Teacher constantly evaluates students in light of the task outcomes and then the language they use. As an outgrowth and of the widespread interest in the text-based teaching, the Biennial International Conference on the Text-Based Language Teaching has occurred every other year since 2008. Past conferences have been held in Belgium, the United States, England, New Zealand, Canada, with the 2017 conference scheduled to take place in Barcelona, Spain. These events promote theoretical and practical research of Tblt. In addition, the Japan Association for Language Teaching has a special interest group devoted to task-based learning, which has also hosted its own conference in Japan. Some of the interviews remarked that the type of the designed task is related to the probability of mother tongue use, and then, for example, if the task is designed as a frequent, and it's going to be free, and the terms and language the students might use, and another teacher emphasizes that the likelihood and of the mother tongue is use is created if the tasks are for licensing one. Listeners to have to recognize and then the futility and then of using continuous early, because it doesn't create a condition for the post toward college 2008. These statements refer to a previous study of the college in which he could show that the mother tongue is used strongly related to the types of the text. Okay, the next is strengthens. Task-based learning helps the listeners to interaction spontaneously. Language listeners are free to use whatever vocabulary and grammar they understand. The second, automaticity. Automaticity in language learning is defined more efficiently and the more accurately and with more stable abilities. And research in the arena cognitive psychology and mastery of second language suggests that automaticity they can be achieved by using language rules in credible attitudes in authentic communication situation, or rather at given by Ryder L. 2007. The number 3, the task-based learning gives language listeners to opportunity to learn and improve vocabulary. The teacher usually explains vocabulary and in the beginning of the assignment, and the number 4 provides important condition and for language listeners. Languagelessness do not without motivation and opportunity to use language. Text-based creates a condition that can improve language use spontaneously. And the fifth, the task-based learning provides conditions that allow listeners to assimilate and what they pay attention and to understand while working on the assignment.
I'm Dinda Hasibuan. My academic number is 18010300005. There is the weakness. The first is task difficulty. The second, the asynchrony between the learner's perceptions and teacher's perception. The third, the authenticity of tasks. The fourth, outcome. 5. Linguistic deficiency. And the last, there is learner's perception. So, in our conclusion is the basic assumption of Tblt that is provides for more effective basis for teaching approach remains in the domain of ideology rather than fact. It depends on text as the primary source of pedagogical input in teaching, but the absence of the systematic grammatical syllabus contains current versions of Tblt. Teachers continuously evaluate students in light of task outcomes and the language they use.